Hi, this is Scott Marshburn with eCabinets Tips and Tricks. Today I want to show you how you can insert a table from an Excel spreadsheet into the line drawing editor in eCabinets. And it's going to look something similar to this right here. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is set up your fonts. And what I've got is I got my font style set to regular and my size to 10. And that's the same setup that I have in Excel. All that looks good in there, so I'm going to keep that. Now the next thing I want to do is set up my table. Okay, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to Insert Table. Now the number of columns that you have set in here right now are not going to matter. So for example, I've got one column wide and one row high. Now the width and the row height, you probably are going to want to get these as close as possible. And what I've done is I've got mine set almost exactly like I have it set in Excel, because all that looks good when I print everything out. That is 0.9 inches for my column width and 0.2 inches for my row height. Now, in order to find that in Excel, there's a little trick. If you go into Excel, and I've got my cut list here that I imported from eCabinets. I'm in my board stock listing. What you need to do is kind of try to figure out, okay, what's the widest column I'm going to need? If I click on this column right here, and I right click and I go to column width, it's saying 10.7. Now if I was to type 10.7 in my table for my column width in my table in eCabinets, it would make it 10.67 inches wide, and I don't want that. I want that in inches. Well, how do you find out the inches in Excel? What you do is you go to View, under View here, and Page Layout. And now whenever you click on your column here, B, and go to column width, it gives it to you in inches. See the little inch symbol right there? Right now this one is 0.88 inches. I got 0.9 in eCabinets, and that's good. How do you get this set up to do that? Well, if you go to File, Options, and then under Advanced here, you scroll down to Display, and right here you got ruler units. Now I've got mine set to inches. You could use default units, you can use centimeters or millimeters. The next thing I want to do is find out what my row height is. So I'm going to click in column 2, or row 2, I'm sorry. Right click and click on row height, and it tells me that that row height is 0.18 inches. And I've got 0.2 set up in eCabinets, so I'm good to go. I'm going to go back into my normal view by clicking in on normal there, and now I can get everything set up so that I can import this stuff into my table in eCabinets. What I need to do first is insert a new row, so I'm going to click in row 1, the entire row there, right click and insert. And now the next thing I need to do in cell A1 is I need to type the following: eCab SYS underscore table. And that's important that it is spelled exactly like that, and that it is indeed in cell A1. If it's not going to work properly. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put some filters in here because I don't want to include my doors or my drawer fronts that are listed in my component, and I also want to filter my name by the cabinet number. I'm not going to include the cabinet name in my table, but you can if you want to. It's entirely up to you. And also I'm not going to include my material, and I'm going to hide that entire column. And next, right here in row 2, I'm going to click on quantity, hold down Control Shift, and hit my right arrow key, highlight that whole header row here. Don't highlight the entire columns. If you do, your filter is going to include your header row right here. Next thing I want to do is go into Data and then click on Filter, and now I have my filters here. So I could select the cabinet number I want. I want to deselect everything and click on cabinet number 1 and click OK. And you can see the only thing I got showing is cabinet 1. And under my components here, I'm going to deselect Conestoga door and drawer front. And now I have my list of rail and style components. The next thing I want to do is select cell A1, and I want to highlight everything I want to copy. Hit Control C, go back into eCabinets, click anywhere on my page. Make sure that you do not have Note selected, okay? if you've got notes selected, it's not going to work like it's supposed to. So I'm just going to hit Control V to paste, and you can see everything coming in here. Now I can just select my table there, and I can drag it out of the way. Let's see what that looks like in Print Preview. And that's what we got there. Now you see this text here that I have in here. You can also import that too if you want to. Let me restore down eCabinets. I'm going to restore down Excel just so that one don't disappear completely when I click on the other one. What I want to do is I'm just going to click on the component name, Control C to copy. Now this time you do want to make sure you got notes selected. Okay, click anywhere in on your sheet there, Control V, and it puts that text in there. I'm going to do a couple more just to show you. Make sure you got notes selected. You got to select note each time. Select in your sheet there, Control V, left style, and Control C. Click on note and Control V. Now we have them in here individually. If I were to select the entire range there and then paste it in here, it's going to paste the entire range there. So now if I try to move these around one by one, it won't let me do it. It's going to take the whole thing. That's why you need to do it one by one. So now I can just move that around and put it where I want to. You know, that's up to you. It just depends on whether or not you want to type or copy and paste. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, how about give me a thumbs up? And hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe so you can get all my latest tips and tricks. As always, thank you for watching and have a good day.